Okay, we're back and we're getting started, and I'm going to be showing you how to do this, and you can have your own little variations of it, but it's all about the same because you have to get to the bottom of it. So basically, what we have is we have this base number. So if it's 1, the base is 10,000. Also, if the number is less than 50, we are going to use method number 1, which is to double whatever that number is. In the case of 1, it's 2. In the case of 2, it's 4. In the case of 3, it's 6. In the case of 9, it's 18. 8, 16, 7, 14, 6, 12, 5, 10, 4, 8 times, etc. So here we go. You will find that they're a little bit easier on the bottom. So when you learn how to do this, if you were to do such a thing, endeavor, I would suggest that you work very much just doing the numbers in the beginning, 700 and 800 numbers, for instance. Because, and 9 to 950. Because then, once you master that and you come back, then the whole thing becomes a little bit easier. And you might even begin to start to remember some of the numbers. I don't have them all memorized by any means, but when I do one, I may begin to recognize the number and kind of go like that, which makes me prone to mistakes. But anyway, what we have here, the first thing we do is 2 times 21, okay? So that's 42. That 42 represents 4,200. I'm going to call it 4.2. 10 plus 4.2, 14.2. What we're at is 14,200. Now all we have to do at the end is add on whatever 21 squared is, which is 481. Excuse me, we get the 10,000, the 4.2, that's 14.2, plus the 441, 14,641. Okay, the next thing we do is the second one. 174 is method number 2 because it's more than 50. We're going to go up 1, so up 1 from 1 is 2, and what we're going to do is we're going to subtract the difference between 274 and subtract that from 74 and come up with this 148. So that's the subtraction thing I'm talking about. Anyway, it's all very helpful if you are, whatever, engineer or the like to learn how to do this. So what I did was 74, that's 26. 26 minus 74 is 148. Okay, so we got 148. So I'm going to go 2 times 148. That 2 times 1 is 20,000. Okay, so the base went from 10,000 in a sense to 20,000. That's what that 2 is because we went up to the second half of 50 and above. So that 2 times 1 is going to make that at 20,000. It's all of the ones that were above 50 are going to have this 2, and it's going to be times 1, so it's 20,000 is the base. So we have 20,000 for that one. 2 times 4 is 8, which is 8,000, and 2 times 8 is 16, 1.6. So 20,000 plus 8,000, 28,000 plus 1.6, 1,600 is 29,600. And 26 squared is 676. Add them, 3276. 237. So since it's a 2, we're going to do it by 4. 4 times 37, well, that's 148. And you do it really like this. 4 times 3 is 120. 4 times 7, 28. 120, 28. 148, 14.8. 37 squared is 1369. 54.8 and 1369, 56,169. Okay, and all right, and next 256. 256 is a number that you should know what this is because it's very prevalent in nature, so to speak. In mathematics, there's a reason why it appears so much, because, I don't know, it's like 2 to the whatever 16th, maybe 4 to the 8th, along those lines. So, since 56 is more than 50, we're going to do method number 2. 300 minus 44 is 56, and 56 minus 44 is 12. So we have 3 times 212, 3 times 2 is 60,000, because it's 3 times 20, 300 times 200, it's 60,000. And then we got to go to 3 times 1 is 3,000, and then the 3 times 2 is 600. So we have 60 plus 3,000, 63,600. 44 squared is 1936. When I do it, I always get to this point. I try and secure that number in my head, and then the easiest way for me to deal with this one is to go 65,600 minus 100, 536. I go 63,600 plus 2,000, and I go down 1 and get to 65,536. For 313, since it's a 3, we're going to multiply it by a 6. And 6 times 13 is 78. It's 16 and 18. So we have 97,800, 97.8 in other words. And it was an easy one because this part is easy. 97.8, 13 squared, 169, 97, 969. I like the number because it goes 999. I like that, 97969. We'll carry on.